Happy Spookies, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. And Happy Spookies, everybody. It's Fred, your found footage fiend, and today we're going to talk about a movie that starts off incredibly typical for a found footage film, but it has the craziest and hardest left turn in a third act that I've ever seen. And before we talk about that, I really just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know that sounds cheesy, but I really mean that. If you're somebody that supports this channel in some form or another, whether it be you just watch really quick, whether it be you hit the like button and you don't watch the video, or you just subscribe, if you're somebody that supports the unboxings, which I know a few of you do, and I am just incredibly thankful for that, because it's one of my favorite things to do on this channel besides talk about movies. The reason I'm bringing this up is because we hit over 2,000 subscribers. That is freaking crazy. I just can't believe that. What the fuck, dude? We started out late 2020, and this is just strictly a hobby. Like, I have no intention on, being monetized one day. That's not my end game. I just really enjoy talking about movies and making these stupid ass videos, and it just baffles my mind that we hit 2,000 subscribers. So, if you support the channel in any form, I just want to say thank you so much. We fucking did it. Here's for another 1,000, right? Anyway, so the movie we're going to go and talk about is Evidence. It came out in 2012, directed by Howie Alskins. And the movie's cast basically stars as themselves. We have Ryan McCoy, Brett Rosenberg, Ashley Brecken, and Abigail Ritchie. And these are the four main people that we're going to follow throughout this movie. I'm going to give you a quick synopsis, and then after that synopsis, just spoiler warning right now, because I mostly want to talk about the third act. It's streaming for free on YouTube. That's where I found it, and I'll go ahead and leave a link for it. So this movie is all about Ryan. He is making a sort of documentary about his friend Brett and their camping trip out in the woods. He's bringing along his girlfriend, and she's bringing along her friend. While they're out there, they start being stalked by some sort of mysterious figure. All right, that's it. That's as vague as I'm going to get, because from here on out, this movie starts off incredibly typical and annoying. We have an annoying ass camera guy. We got the cast isn't too annoying. I think the camera man is just more annoying to me than anybody else. Sorry, dude. While they're camping, they're taking a day hike. One of the girls notices this really odd, like, bush or figure, something like out in the distance. So they're looking at this thing, and the guy filming is like, this is just a bush. Like, I don't know why y'all tripping. It's just a freaking bush. And mid-sentence, you see this thing that you're not entirely sure it looks like a freaking bush. All of a sudden, it just starts moving and crawling away on like 4 legs.
No, it's a fucking bush.
Oh my god! You see where the...
That would be my red flag. Just get the hell out of the woods, dude. Like, I cannot believe that the first thing that the cameraman does is go straight down to that direction and makes his girlfriend come along with him. And I like how his friend calls him out, like, dude, what the fuck? You have your girlfriend, why are you bringing her down there? Telling me, this dude is so annoying. So later on that night, they hear like really odd noises. That would be another red flag for me to just get the fuck out. I think one of them tries to say it's coyotes, maybe.
It's a bear!
So not a lot really happens besides that first incident where they see that creature, and then they start hearing things that night. The second night is a little more fun because they're like drinking, they're getting fucking tanked.
Alright, look it. Honey, oh my god. Ashley. Honey, you were so...
But I've been there, dude. Fuck. But what's so funny is they hear like these weird noises right after, and then all of a sudden some random ass dude just starts walking up. He's like, hey, nice fire, can I join you guys? And then they're just like, sure, whatever. And this girl's got like a dick on her face, but it's so awkward and tense because they're not sure who this random dude is. He's got like a bottle of liquor, he's got like a gun, he's looking for a lost dog. We never hear about this. This has no like significance in the plot at all. It's so random. So the next morning, Brett just happens to go missing. We're not entirely sure what the hell happened to this dude. They try and go look for him, but they can't really find him. So the one dude, I think he goes off by himself for whatever reason to go look. And this part's really cool. he sees his shoe and he's like, oh shit, what the hell, what's his shoe doing here? And he picks up his shoe and it's still got the foot attached to it, and you just see like the meat and the bone. And he heads back to the freaking RV. He tells the girls he's gonna go get help, and he leaves them there. Fucking asshole. Later on that night, the girls are in the RV by themselves, and here is where the third act is starting to creep in. They are chased out of the RV because of this crazy creature bush-looking thing from earlier, and they end up stumbling across Ryan's body, I believe, if I recall correctly, and he is just like tore up. They are just freaking out. They're being chased. And it's right around the 49-minute mark of this movie, right here, where things literally take a left turn. Because as they're running, they end up seeing like concrete and like a sort of wall, and they hop over it, and you can see through the flashlight like it's sand. It's like dirt, and it doesn't feel like you're in the woods, or like they're like in a separated area all of a sudden. And all of a sudden, all these lights come on, and all of a sudden, all these lights come on. You hear this lady through an intercom saying, they are just so like, what is happening? The audience as well is just like, what the fuck is going on now? From here on out, the movie introduces like not only creatures, but like bad experiments gone wrong, crazy scientists, mutated zombie scientists. We have like mentally ill patients that are probably being tested on. It is so wild. This is probably one of my biggest dislikes of the entire movie. Is from here on out, the shaky cam gets so bad. So freaking bad. And on top of that, it's like the camera is glitching for whatever. I guess they dropped it a couple times, but it is glitching so bad. And there are parts in this third act where they are like shifting locations, but while they shift locations, the camera like glitches, so you don't see them like run down the stairs. They are just suddenly in a basement, and we're just like, oh, they just fell because the camera does a shaking thing, because they are running out in the woods being stalked. They get away from whatever facility they are, and they stumble upon a house. It's a very old looking house. There's like TV static and like radios and stuff everywhere. And again, these creatures come and chase them. And here is where we get like our first teleportation thing, because they're running throughout the house, and I'm assuming they fell in the basement, but the transition from where they're running and then a shaky cam happened, and then all of a sudden and they're like in this narrow pathway, and you just see these two doors from where they came, shut them in. So you're just like, okay, was this a basement all of a sudden? Like, and this is why I'm questioning, because once they get out of this sort of basement, remember, they were in the woods, okay? They were it was night out. We were like out in the middle of the freaking woods. So they were like walking through this concrete basement, and they finally get out, and they're all of a sudden in like a completely different setting, in my opinion. They're like in some sort of like facility that you would see out in the fucking, like out of the city. I don't know how to explain it. It's so weird. From here on out, they're running, they're being chased by like zombies. Some freaking dude with a gun just shows up, and he's like telling them to keep filming. Grab the camera! And I'm assuming this is why the movie is called Evidence, because whoever this guy is, he's with a group of like, it's either a secret organization, they might be working for somebody, it's some sort of like militant group, I don't know. They're breaking into this facility to try to gather evidence of all the crazy, nasty shit going on. There's like experiments, they're experimenting on, I believe, mentally ill patients. That's just the implication that I got. There's also a scene where the guy with the gun is like making the girls follow him, like, you know, we'll get to safety, we'll get you out of here. And they come upon this sort of like hospital room. You see like what appears to be somebody kind of like half dead, and they look like we're trying to push out a baby, and then you still see the freaking like womb, like things moving out of the womb. Ugh, dude. If y'all are confused from me explaining this movie, because it really just comes out of nowhere, and you're just throwing all this insane shit, dude. That's my theory, is these girls just happen to come upon a restricted area, a facility where there's like all these experiments going on. They're creating these monsters or zombies or some shit. And then at the same time, you have like this secret militant group that just happened to stumble across them because they're the ones that end up escorting them and getting them to safety. I'm telling y'all, it has one of the wildest left turns I've ever seen in a freaking found footage movie. Also, right when the movie ends, I guess it's post-credit scene, but it's very long. While the credits are rolling, you're kind of getting a glimpse or glimpses of what the facility has been doing and things of that sort. I don't know. It's so weird. I feel like this is one of those movies that could have possibly benefited a lot more if it wasn't found footage. But nonetheless, because of this movie's third act, I think it's definitely worth a watch and is the reason why I actually enjoy it. It starts off very typical and boring. It kind of hooks you in like within the first little 20 minutes, I would say, because of that bush monster that you see move. And then after that, it just gets, it's alright, it's whatever. Then the third act comes and you're just like, what the fuck is happening? Okay, I was hoping to record 2 videos today, but I think I rambled on way too long and don't have enough time for both. With that being said, thank you for watching. I gotta get back to work. The phone has not rang in a very long time. We are so thankful for that, aren't we? G-Fox, I know you like it when that happens, but I hate when the phone rings. I'm so glad that we made it through another video with no phone. We have been on such a good streak. Anyways, let me shut up now before I jinx that shit. Happy spookies. And really quick, I want to give a huge shout out to MoviePalette.com for going over and sending me this fucking awesome movie palette of The Thing. How do I know it's The Thing? Well, because I chose it, but it also says it right there. Look at this beauty. Now, what's amazing about this is each color has been chosen by each one of their team members specifically to represent a frame from the movie. That's right, every strip you see here has been chosen in chronological order to represent a scene from the movie in its entirety. So technically I have the whole movie in one freaking palette. How amazing is that? Also, you know what's really cool? They also gave me a code to share with all of you to get 15% off your order. So go ahead and use Freddy15 when you order to get 15% off. How freaking awesome is that? I just think this is absolutely beautiful. It makes a great gift if you're somebody that's into sort of collecting these type of things, of movie posters. Also, it makes an awesome gift for a significant other. They also have a variety of movies from Star Wars to Coraline. So go ahead and check them out. Again, use the code Freddy15 for 15% off.